We save lives every day. Strangers. And there's always enough time. But I failed to save Jason from this life.
Joker got a hold of stolen uranium. He's selling it to terrorists.
He's gonna take Batman and Robin together to close this case.
You take them down while I investigate that warehouse we tracked Joker to.
Please tell the big man I said hello.
I alone will become more than the dreams and nightmares they imagined for me.
The Red Hood's knowledge of my tactics, my history. This was getting personal.
Joker showed me the truth. Evil can't be cured, only killed. Burn in hell, Two-Face.
Red Robin awaits a verdict. Life or death.
Because of my choice, I had to avoid repeating mistakes.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my new Batman trailer video for A Death in the Family. Everybody press F to pay your respects in the chat for Jason Todd. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs. I'll explain what's going on with this because they're calling it a quote-unquote interactive movie, which some of you may recognize as a huge Easter egg in and of itself. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We'll do a new Amazon giveaway too. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and let me know what your favorite Red Hood moment is on the video. So if you're not sure what's going on here, this is obviously meant to be a prequel movie to Batman Under the Red Hood. There's a lot of footage in there jumping around in the timeline, so it sounds like a lot of the Death in the Family story will be told in flashbacks. They also did that during the Under the Red Hood movie. So that is why the art style of this new movie seems exactly the same as the Batman Under the Red Hood movie from so many years ago. And the reason why they're releasing this trailer right now is because it's the week of the anniversary of the Under the Red Hood movie. It's also Comic-Con week. They're known to release a couple trailers during Comic-Con week. But some of you may remember that Jensen Ackles did the voice of Jason Todd, Red Hood, during the Under the Red Hood movie. He even dressed up like Red Hood in real life recently for Halloween.
I'm cleaning up Gotham. More than you ever did.
You're becoming a crime lord.
Yes, you can't stop crime. That's what you never understood. I'm controlling it. You want to rule them by fear, but what do you do with the ones who aren't afraid?
I know everyone's waiting for a live-action version of that character. They have a version of Jason Todd on Titans, so we can always hope that they'll do an Under the Red Hood style story. But it's basically a choose-your-own-adventure style movie with alternate endings depending on the choices that you make in the narrative, which in and of itself is a big Easter egg callback to the original fate of Jason Todd in the comic book version of Batman Death in the Family. Some of you actually may be old enough to have participated in that when it actually happened way back in the day. But DC did a big write-in campaign contest allowing readers to vote on what would happen to Jason Todd. Would he live or would he die at the hands of the Joker? At the time, DC editorial had felt like the Jason Todd character just wasn't as popular with readers and they wanted to go in a different direction, but they were giving the fans, the readers, an opportunity to keep Jason Todd around. It's been so many years, you probably saw what happened as the result of that contest. R.I.P. Jason Todd. Everybody voted to kill him off. And it was hardcore at the time. They did not pull any punches. Joker not only killed Jason Todd, he tortured him for a good long while before the bomb went off. But it was meant to be an impossible scenario, a no-win situation, impossible choice for Batman, and his failure to save Jason Todd was supposed to break him for a while. That's why this comic book panel, this page, is so iconic. Then a little while later, they introduced the Tim Drake version of Robin. Obviously, in the present day of this movie, it seems like Jason Todd is already in the process of becoming Red Hood. He's already been brought back to life by Ra's al Ghul. So Tim Drake has already graduated from being Robin to becoming Red Robin as an adult. But if you didn't see the original Under the Red Hood movie, they told a lot of the Death in the Family story during flashbacks at the beginning of the movie, and then later to explain where he came from, how Red Hood was born. They made a couple changes to the comic book story, and a lot of this gets into Batman Hush, which they just did a movie for, so it is kind of a coincidence that they do a lot of Red Hood stuff right after they do Batman Hush. But basic explainer is that Jason Todd dies during a death in the family. They put him in the ground. They have this eulogy. Batman grieves for him. Eventually, he goes on to take Tim Drake on as the next Robin. What happened later then, during the events of Batman Hush, is that Clayface impersonates Jason Todd just to freak Batman out. When they go to investigate Jason Todd's grave, though, they find that it's empty. The body is gone. So it just leaves this big hanging question in the air as to what happened. Later, as they detailed during the Under the Red Hood movie, Ra's al Ghul took his body, then threw him in a Lazarus pit, resurrected him, but he came back crazy because he'd been dead for so long. Then he goes on to become the most hardcore version of what he feels like Batman is not doing in Gotham City. Like the Batman that he feels like Gotham needs, not the Batman that it has.
All I've ever wanted to do is kill him. A day doesn't go by when I don't think about subjecting him to every horrendous torture he's dealt out to others, and then end him. If I allow myself to go down into that place, I'll never come back.
They've done a bunch of Jason Todd comic books. He was a major character during the Arkham series as the Arkham Knight, basically still a Under the Red Hood style story, but just doing it through the lens of the Arkham games. I don't think that Jensen Ackles is voicing Red Hood during this movie, but I think that's just because he's gotten too expensive. They do cycle the voice cast every once in a while. It'll be a home video release later this year. They haven't revealed the exact release date, but they're doing it through their DC Showcase brand, which is actually where they release a lot of their short movies. A really good example of that was the old Superman Shazam vs. Black Adam movie from a couple years ago. They released that with another short movie on a DVD together. Obviously, The Rock is playing the live-action DCEU Black Adam. I've already done a couple videos for that movie. They'll be introducing the DCEU version of the Justice Society during it, and during the Shazam sequels, they'll finally do Shazam versus Black Adam in live action. The Rock will just pound the crap out of the Shazamly. Then Shazam will also go on to the next version of the Justice League movie. Because of all the Justice League Snyder Cut stuff that's been going on lately, there's been a lot of rumors about them doing a new Justice League Rebirth style movie with a slightly different version of the team cycling some of the roster that doesn't include Ben Affleck's Batman, but instead Michael Keaton's Batman from the multiverse. Even if that winds up being true, it still wouldn't happen for at least 3 to 5 more years minimum. There's still a bunch of other movies they have planned before that. There was some talk about Robert Pattinson's new Batman joining a future Justice League after they first announced his character. Like, wait a minute, is he going to be the new Batman of Justice League? But based on what Matt Reeves has said, he intends on his new Batman movies to stand apart from what you would consider the connected DCEU movies with Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash, now Shazam and Black Adam. So the Batman 2021 movie next year will be doing its own separate thing, separate continuity. The story of that movie is largely inspired by Batman The Long Halloween, amazing comic book story, and because we're talking about DC animated Batman movies, they're also supposedly doing a Batman The Long Halloween animated movie that's a little closer to the comic book story next year too. There's no release date for that yet, but I think it's just funny that they're doing so many Batman movies and so many different versions of Batman right now. So you have Ben Affleck's Batman that's coming back for the Justice League Snyder Cut next year. You have Robert Pattinson's Batman in the Batman 2021 movie. Now we have a new Batman Red Hood movie, and then we have Michael Keaton's Batman coming back during the Flashpoint movie, and other future DC movies. And if you don't watch the Titans TV show, there's also a TV version of Batman on that too, but he's played by Ian Glenn from Game of Thrones, Ser Jorah Batman, so he's a little bit older version of the character. It is a really good time to be a Batman fan. There's just so many Batmen flying around the next 3 to 4 years. The whole deal with the Flashpoint movie Michael Keaton Batman is that he's going to be from the Tim Burton movies. It'll be his version coming back, but an older version. So we're all hoping for a live-action Batman Beyond movie. They did say that they're trying to lock him down for a multi-movie contract, so it does sound like they're trying to build up to actually doing a legit live-action Batman Beyond movie, which I think would be everyone's dream. DC Fandom is happening in August. They're going to be doing panels for all the big upcoming DC movies and dropping trailers, so I'll do videos for everything. I'm not expecting a big trailer for the Batman movie, but there will be a new Justice League Snyder Cut trailer and a couple other trailers for the other DC stuff. Zack Snyder just released a brand new Justice League Snyder Cut trailer this past week at Comic-Con. You can click here for that trailer, and click here for all my other big Comic-Con trailer videos. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.